All right, shalom to the elect of Israel. Starting, we're going to start by giving all the praises, honor, and glory to whom it rightfully belongs, which is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect of Israel. And this lesson, is going into basically these couple verses right here that's highlighted, right? Look, man, this spells out chaos, And the thing is, where I'm at right now, it's a nice little park, right? People would never think that what's coming is about to come because of how beautiful and the park is. You got the flowers, the birds, I'm looking around as I'm saying this. The sun is out. It's not cold. It's nice weather. People are playing, walking near the river, the waterway, right? These people would never expect what's about to come is about to come. You see? So I want to, touch on this because ultimately, these oh, Salakia, saw a groundhog just now. Because ultimately, this is what's coming. It's going to be an everyday thing in Jacob's trouble, man. It's 2 Ezra 15, starting at verse 14. And it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh." One people, so first off, it said, "Woe to the world." And that's what's coming. That's what's coming to this world. Nothing but woe, death and destruction. It says, "For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands." Yeah. People, going to be fighting each other. You got, you're going to have groups of people fighting each other. You see? Class. Like poor versus rich. Race. All these different things when this thing breaks out. See? Since swords in their hands. We know the modern day sword, right, is what, a gun. People are going to be having these things, guns. And even they might have a machete, which is another type of sword, right? We having these things, man. You gotta think when you read this. You gotta think, like, what's the circumstances that would bring this? What type of time would people be living in to where this happens? What type of time is that? Verse 16, "For there shall be sedition among men." Sedition, people uprising against the government. People going against their government, man. They're not going to care about their government officials. They're going to go after them. All these different things. Put them to death, some even. It says, "And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes." See? Now, they're not going to care about, the government. It says, "And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because maybe the city is too dangerous, or the city, was locked down because of martial law, I'm thinking maybe another possibility could be what? Because right now, how you have bridges and all these things, right? There's, say something happens to where, well, it's just, speculation. But I mean, you could think about these things too in that time, something where you had trying to drive and then maybe a bridge is blown up in half or something. You can't get across. Or even too, checkpoints, saying, you have military guards there saying you can't come in, right? Or you can't go out. See? So man should desire to go into the city doesn't mean that, I mean, basically, Slakia, I was, thinking about something. But, basically, because this means that people can't get in or out. Okay? If you have martial law, you see, and the city is on lockdown, that means you're going to have guards, you're gonna have guards stopping people from getting in or out, man. Okay. Some people, martial law going on. Some people gonna want to leave. People gonna want to leave in that time, right? But if martial law's going on, they lock it down, and there's no escaping. It says, but because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So this this is really the scripture I was thinking about, right? But this is going to be all day throughout Jacob's trouble, man. The cities, it says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. You're going to have ruckus going on in the cities. You're going to have trouble going on in the cities, fightings, killings, people burning stuff up, chasing each other, stealing, breaking in, just a whole complete uproar and chaos in Jacob's trouble. See, this is, people will never think about this because of because of what they see in front of them, that immediately in front of them. Like I said, I'm at a park, man. These people ain't even thinking about this stuff, man. I can't help to think about it. When I go to a park, I can't help to meditate. All right. I just keep thinking about, like, man, when this stuff goes down, it's going to go down, man. This whole lovely feeling ain't really going to come back for this world into the kingdom. Verse 19, and it says, and men shall be afraid. People are going to be afraid at what's going on. They're going to be afraid because of all the chaos. This is the picture it's painting, man. This is the picture. Okay? It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So people, right, they're not going to care what the next person is going through. They're not going to care the relationship they have with the next person, whether it's, a good relationship or a bad one, or they don't know them from scratch. They're not going to care. If you have what somebody else needs or wants, they're going to try to attempt to take it from you. See, this is going to be in people's mindset. Why? Because of the lack of bread, because of famine, because there's going to be famine out here. And when people get hungry, they turn into a whole different person, man. They get angry when they get hungry. All right? And for great tribulation because of hard times, And people have this stupid notion of, it's not stupid. You have manners within society, but people, act like everybody, is supposed to get along and everything. Wait till all hell breaks loose. Watch how everybody gonna get along. People gonna get along. I'm sarcastically saying this. People are gonna get along very, very well in Jacob's trouble. All right, you're gonna be friends then. Sarcastically saying this stuff. Okay, but you gotta understand what picture is this painting, and these people don't even expect this to come. They don't expect none of this stuff, man. They think stuff is just gonna continue being how it is. It's gonna be normal. It's just like this until it's just gonna keep just being like this. Nah, man, things is about to change out here, man. All right, so I just wanted to touch on that, man. So chaos is coming. It's coming. So with that, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, that belong to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, everywhere. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. And actually, before I go, because let me just get this. This is the book of Isaiah 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. I'm sorry, verse 8. The mirth of tabrets ceases. No, Salakia. Wait. Okay, yeah, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down, America, because it's going to be talking about societal collapse. Lord breaking his place down, making it, go down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Like you see people board up their windows and their doors and stuff when there's chaos going. Verse 11, there is a crying for wine in the streets. People are going to be looking for the truth. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Right now, the mirth of the land is somewhat here, but it's leaving, man. It's leaving bad. All right. let me not say bad, but quick, because it's a good thing that it's leaving. All right, but it's leaving quickly. The joy that people have is leaving. The more stuff gets tighter and tighter and tighter towards Jacob's trouble, the mirth of the land is just going to be squeezed out of it. All right, the mirth of the land is going to be squeezed out of the land. The closer we get, mirth means joy and everything, happiness. Right? How the hell are you going to be happy in a chaotic time unless the Lord is with you? See? So, people just don't expect this stuff to come, but that's okay, because they're going to be the main ones that's going to get caught up in it. Lord willing, we don't, but that is, just wanted to make that clear. So, brothers, just keep on looking for these times to come, right? Because they are almost here. Lord willing, we're in the beginning stages of it. I want to see how these last couple of months in 2025 play out going into next year. All right, so with that, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, every well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Shalom to the elect.